In this video, I want to tell you about a classic old story that I actually just read maybe a few years ago, but the impact on me was profound. It's an old story actually written back in 1915, and the entire book can actually be read right online. I'm going to put a link at the very bottom of this page. In the Google Books section, you can actually read this entire story. And actually what it is, it's a collection of lectures. And this collection of lectures was given by a man named Russell Conwell. He actually was responsible for starting Temple University. And it has a whole collection of lectures in there, but I'm going to give you kind of the basics in this video about what it is about. He tells a story about a man who lives in the United States, and he has a good bit of land that he owns, but in his soul he has a desire to go after and seek wealth. This is back in the days when there was the gold rush and people were hunting for diamonds, and he wanted to go uncover a land of diamonds. And so what he did was he sold his land that he had to his neighbor and took that money and used it to fund his trip to travel to all kind of places, and for the purpose of trying to uncover this wealth, these diamonds, so that he could be wealthy. And that's what he wanted to spend his life doing. Well, he spent his whole life and all of his money doing that. To the end of his life, basically, he was left with nothing. He didn't uncover the diamonds. Then the story goes on to tell you about the man who actually purchased, the neighbor who purchased that land, was one day walking on the land that he had purchased and stumbled across something he found very interesting. Well, upon further investigation, he found that this land that he had purchased from this other man was actually a diamond field. There were acres and acres of diamonds, and it was under the man's nose all along. And the important, I guess, moral of the story is that everything that you might be looking for in life is really internal. It is right under your nose. And while you think the next job will make you happy or the next position that will make you happy, the truth is discovering and finding your personal strengths and going toward them wherever it takes you. If it takes you in a whole new career path, in a whole different industry, if it requires you to take a couple steps back in order to take a giant leap forward, then that's where you're going to find your satisfaction in life. You know, the truth is you spend a lot of hours at the workplace. So why do so many of us work or spend our time working in areas where we're just miserable? We do it because we justify that we need the money or we need to maintain a certain level of lifestyle, when the truth is spending your life doing what you love and what you enjoy and using the unique gifts and abilities that you've been given is where your treasure is. So I want you to read that story and see if it'll impact you the way it did me. Your most precious treasure is right under your nose. That's why it's so important that 80% of the job search is really internal. Have you taken time to look inside and discover what it is that makes you tick?